We need to talk about what's happening at the pharmacy counter right now. Because while the headlines are full of historic deals, your bank account is about to tell a really different story. A new report from Reuters just confirmed that as of January 1st, drug makers have officially raised the prices of over 300 branded medications. We aren't talking about small, obscure drugs either. We're talking about cancer treatments like Ibrance, migraine pills like Nurtec, and even the COVID vaccine, which Pfizer just jacked up by 15%. Now, here's where it gets messy. Just a few weeks ago, Trump stood in the White House and announced that he had just secured the greatest victory for patient affordability in history. He claimed he struck the most favored nations deal with 14 of the biggest pharmaceutical companies to lower costs. But look at the calendar. Just a few days after that announcement, at least 5 of the companies that supposedly signed these deals, including GS, K, and Novartis, went ahead and raised their prices anyway. So when you hear Trump talk about slashing costs by 600 or 1,000%, you have to look at the fine print. These voluntary agreements only cover a specific slice of the market, mostly Medicaid and certain cash payers through a new website. For the average American with private insurance or a high deductible plan, these historic cuts are essentially invisible, useless. The reality is Big Pharma is playing a double game. They give the president a win for the cameras, and in exchange, they get a 3-year reprieve from new tariffs and more loopholes to avoid the Medicare negotiations that actually would have lowered prices. While the Trump administration is taking a victory lap, Pfizer is raising the price of hospital-administered morphine by 400%. Think about that. That isn't just a modest increase for research and innovation. That's a squeeze on the most vulnerable people in the system. This is why it's best to look past the rhetoric. Whether it's the president's most favored nation talk or the corporate press releases from companies like Sanofi about investing in discovery, the data doesn't lie. Drug prices in the US are still rising faster than inflation. If you're waiting for the government to save you money at the pharmacy, you're going to be waiting in line a long time. The drug makers are busy making money. You're the one picking up the tab.